if you go about it scientifically, go about it factually, do less of what is hearsay and go through less trial and error, you reach your goals quicker. Keep that in mind always. There is this notion that the long cut is always the right cut, that the shortcuts, and that may be true in certain other aspects of life, but not in terms of science and not in terms of fitness. So the quickest results come. Optimal results also has the factor of time. If the results are taking too long, obviously you're not getting optimal results. Okay, the fat loss diet that I will enumerate out here, anybody can get fabulous results in 3 months. But understand this, I see a lot of people, a small percentage of my clientele will actually tell me that, but I'm not getting where I want to get. Now here is where the unrealistic expectations come in. Please understand that this diet that I'm talking about will work wonders. But if you open up a magazine and you see a ripped up meat section, please note that there are lots of other pharmaceuticals that work along with the diet. The diet never goes. Without the diet, you cannot get results. But if I've seen people who've lost a ton of fat, who literally from this have become flat, but they are the ones who say, this is not going, this is not going. And I'm not saying they should not want that. But you should understand that the body is not going to let go of that last bit unless and until there's some intervention from pharmaceuticals. And that's where you will have to play the pros and cons of certain side effects that you get from those pharmaceuticals for that particular look. Again, I'm not talking about what is morally right or ethically right. There's no morals or ethics here. There's only knowledge and knowing what to do and how much to go for, or how far you want to go. But the natural, your body is not going to come to 5% body fat and 4% body fat purely on the basis of diet without pharmaceutical aids. So sometimes we get misled because people are not open about it. Even my own bodybuilding photographs, if I show you, I'm at extremely low body fat levels. I am on the same diet that I tell you all about to get to those extremely low body fat levels. But those comparatively low body fat levels that I get down to, which is 4 and 5% of body fat, which means absolutely no subcutaneous fat, no fat under the skin, that I cannot get without taking certain pharmaceutical aids, which is necessary for my sport. Otherwise, I would be at probably 12 to 13% body fat, and I would not be able to come below 12 to 13% body fat. Some people say the diet has stopped working. How has it stopped working? The point is the woman comes down to 49 kilos from 62 kilos. Then she says, but that 47 is my magic figure. That is not happening. Then if she gets stuck at 47, she said, why not 45? Are you trying to tell me that if the diet really works well, you will come to a point where you will disappear? Then you have to keep on losing? And the body wants to maintain homeostasis. Certain levels of body fat or certain levels of any other hormone or anything else is going to have a ceiling, it's going to see to it that doesn't go lower than that. Then to kickstart that and to push it into another dimension, you need certain pharmacological aids that are not necessarily good for your health. Okay, so if you want to be fit, aesthetic, and healthy, then don't have unrealistic expectations as far as the body composition is concerned. And the magazines are not, these things, the magazines show you the photographs. The magazines don't show you what the person has done to achieve that body fat level. But one thing will remain the same. The diet that we discussed right now will remain the same. The approach of the diet will remain the same. Professional bodybuilders take development of muscle and fat loss to the ultimate extreme. Nobody develops more muscle than bodybuilders, competitive bodybuilders. Nobody gets down to lower body fat levels than bodybuilders. Sport of bodybuilding is what? Not just building the muscle. The sport of bodybuilding is building the muscle and then displaying that muscle. What comes in the way of displaying that muscle? Between skin and muscle, there is a layer of fat. That's what comes in the way of you actually seeing that musculature. And since bodybuilding is all about exhibiting musculature, fat loss, extreme fat loss, okay, fat cells are distributed in the body. Fat cells are the containers in which fat is put in. They're distributed in the body all over in certain ratios. Some places there are more fat cells, some places there are less. Males especially, will have the least number of fat cells on their forearms. This is not where we collect fat, correct? A person doesn't collect fat here. The person first collects fat here because the fat cells are more here. So the distribution of fat cells is less. When I'm competing or I'm ready for a competition, no matter where you pinch my body, it's going to be just exactly like this. Whether it's here, whether it's here, anywhere. I have more fat cells here. So if I pinch here, this is the fold of fat that comes into my hands. If I pinch here, this is the fold that comes into my hands. What can be pinched is fat. Now if I want to get to this level, then I need to take certain things that are not really good for my health. But I need to take it for success in my sport. Same things with models, actors and all. They're willing to do their extra bit, risk health of it, to get to the look that they're supposed to represent. And you should know that. Now I told you what bodybuilders, they take everything to an extreme. Now these bodybuilders, they are on so many pharmaceuticals. So are other athletes at the top levels. But they're on so many pharmaceuticals, there's so many drugs that they take to achieve that level of musculature and achieve that level of fat loss. But not one of them can ease off on their diets. Despite having all of those, just to name a few, they will be on thyroid hormone. Everybody knows hypothyroidism. You spoke about hypothyroidism. What happens when you're diagnosed with hypothyroidism? Most people connect it with what? A gain in weight. Why? Because thyroid is your metabolic regulator. What regulates your metabolism? If the body is producing less thyroid, has less active thyroid in it, what happens? The body's metabolism or requirement of calories goes down and the body starts collecting calories. Storing them in terms of fat. So fat, weight gain in terms of fat is a surefire sign of hypothyroidism or a surefire symptom. What does the person take? The person takes thyroid medication, that is thyroid hormone, synthetic thyroid hormones taken. Okay? There are two forms of thyroid hormone. There is your thyroxine, which is T4, and your triiodothyronine, which is T3, which is the active form. The body actually produces T4 and then converts T4 to T3. Indian pharmaceuticals, somehow, I don't know, you said you were a doctor, right? So do we have a T3 preparation in India for thyroid?
No, it's not.
It's not there, no?
No.
So there's, strangely enough, you only have T4 as far as the medications are concerned, pharmaceutically. In the US, you've got T3 in the form of cyclamen. That's the pharma grade T3, and in UK, it's tetroxin, which is again the pharma grade T3. But here we don't have pharma grade T3. So here a patient is given T4, and hopefully the body should convert that T4 into T3. And here I'm talking more of belief because I've not really done that, those many trials with people, or that doesn't fall under my domain. But I'm sure that there are many people on increased dosages of T4. We keep on increasing the dosage, but the body weight keeps on increasing. This signifies that the thyroid hormone is being given in its inactive form, and the conversion that 5-deaminase does, which is the enzyme that converts your T4 into T3, that itself conversion is weak, which is why the person is not exhibiting the weight loss. The weight gain happened because of lack of thyroid. Supplementing thyroid should bring the weight down, but the weight doesn't seem to come down. Now, euthyroid, that means normal thyroid people. Bodybuilders take thyroid in T3, the active form, to speed up their metabolism, to burn fat. They take clenbuterol, which is a beta-2 agonist. They will take growth hormone, which is extremely lipolytic. So many other forms of fat burners they take, which are pharmaceutical, which have their side effects. At the same time, these people, which are the ones that I've listed right now, the names of drugs, they're probably the most potent fat loss drugs in the world today. And despite that, they're counting every gram of carbohydrates that is going into their bodies. Every gram of protein is being counted. Every gram of fats is being counted. They're so particular about their diets. So first and foremost comes the diet. And there is no drug, no pill yet known to man that can make a person lose fat despite eating anything under the sun. There is no pill yet. The only reason why I went into these pharmaceuticals right now, the only reason why I listed them for you, is to basically prove to you that these bodybuilders take everything under the sun, but yet they are so goddamn strict about their diets. They have their 6 to 7 meals on time, and every meal is constructed properly. It's never just eating for the heck of it. In fact, A pro bodybuilder is not that well-defined an athlete due to his workouts. He's well-defined as an athlete, or rather, what defines him as an athlete is his incredible discipline on his diet and nutrition. You remove the nutrition component from a professional bodybuilder, and you'll see the muscle vanishing off, no matter how much he works out, no matter how much of anabolic steroids he takes. If the diet is not in place, he does not get results. This is a take-home message for you all, that finally you can do whatever you all want as far as your workouts is concerned. You cannot go wrong with nutrition. Success rate in gyms, in commercial gyms, hardly about, I would say around 5 to 10% of the gym member bases. Like supposing I've got 2,000 members. In 2,000 members, only 20 people actually show up on our walls as testimonials of people who really transform themselves. So 2,000 members and only 20 people showing results. Why? Because those 20 people who are willing to basically put everything together, training and nutrition. Otherwise what happens is, now my training is going good, but my diet's going haywire. Now I've done my bit to really control my diet, but my workouts become irregular. Things don't come together. And you need that push from both factors together to see those results. And there are very few who can make a commitment for both. Okay, the worst thing possible you can say as a fitness freak is, boss, you ask me to do anything under the sun in the gym, I will do it. You tell me 1 set, I will do 10 sets. You tell me 1 hour of workout, I will do 2 hours of workout. Don't ask me that. These words should not be coming out of your mouth, because these words make no sense. In fact, as fitness professionals, we need to tell you that if you cannot make a commitment to nutrition, then do not start your workouts. And yes, a person who's just sitting on his butt at home doing nothing is better off than a person who's working out very, very consistently and very intensely and not paying attention to nutrition. There are these various ratios that are asked of fitness professionals. So what do you think? Is it 50% diet, 50% exercise, is it 70%, 30%? It is 100% working out and 100% nutrition. Working out acts as a stimulus. It's a stimulus to make a change in your body. What kind of a change you will make in the body will depend on the diet. So the workout actually, we've written things like muscle gain, fat loss. Muscle gain or fat loss, what is going to happen? Workout does not differ. The stimulus for muscle gain and the stimulus for fat loss is exactly the same. So the workout is the same. What defines whether you will end up with fat loss or muscle gain will be the diet. So the diet is the one that turns the rudder in the direction of where you want to go. Workout is finally just a stimulus. That stimulus has to be there to wake up the body. The body doesn't want to improve itself. You see, suddenly out of increasing muscle, reduction of fat. What is that? That's improvement in body composition. Body does not want to improve. Fat is a store of energy. Muscle is an energy consuming tissue. The body always likes to save itself, be cost efficient. If you want a good body composition, you have to be fuel inefficient. If you all ride bikes and you all have vehicles, please understand that a fuel efficient vehicle is great for you all save money, but a fuel efficient body saves calories, and those calories are stored in banks that are on your body. The money that is saved on fuel in bikes goes into your bank, which is an HDFC or an ICICI or whatever. The store in which you store your calories, those banks are right here.